Sincerely hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be playing some rarely seen ports of rare games on other platforms than the one you primarily think of them as, which is a long-winded way of saying ports. So Donkey Kong Country, you'll know that game on the Super Nintendo. Well, it also got a port to the Game Boy Color and one to the Game Boy Advance, but today I'm playing the Color version. As you can see there, it said 94, the original game. This is 2000 for Game Boy Color, 6 years later. This port was done by Rare's handheld team of the time. There's a lot of people on the team. I will show you the credit sequence later, so we'll be able to see their names. The first thing that's new is this title screen, pre-title screen sequence. There's 3 different pieces of art that show up here, which are based on renders of the game. It's kind of dark. I guess it's fine. Hi Gibbon, how's it going? Yeah, does the game look dark to you? I don't know. I'm a little worried about that. But I have no way of fixing it. I think it's just... Oh yeah, it's just the brightness on my display. I think it's fine. Okay. So yeah, this is the main title screen or the menu screen or whatever. You'll notice if you've played Donkey Kong 64, this is pretty much lifted directly from that game, except it's been converted into a pixel format instead of a 3D thing. Adventure is our main mode. I'll show you some of the new content in the Game Boy Color mode that didn't even make it to the Game Boy Advance port. Oops, what's this? Damn! I forgot to check on that whole thing. I think this is an issue with the save states that I was having previously. So that's my save state that I've set up there, but that's not actually what I want. Oh my gosh. What a mess. Sorry. What happened to... I thought I made a... Okay, let me just check where I'm at. Sorry about this. Nope. It's being odd. Okay. I'm going to have to look at this controller and actually remember to do it this time. Anyway. Oh, this will give us a chance to show off an alternate title screen. How about that? No! Hang on, I need to check the controls menu. Give me a second. Something might be going wrong in the button assignments. So I'm using my 6-axis, of course. I'm just going to remove quick save. Oh, how do I do that? How do I clear the assignment? I don't actually know. That's kind of annoying. Okay, fine. I'll just have my hand on the rewind button. I can get around that save stating problem. Anyway, adventure. Yeah, 56% because I haven't got many bonuses, but this... What? Ugh, well, I guess... I swear I got all the way to the final boss. Anyway, never mind. This is the first thing that is good to show off. Necky Nutmare. It's a completely new level. The map screens here... It just did it again. I'm so annoyed at this. Anyway, the map screens are the same, again, converted to a pixel format. But yeah, they've inserted a new level into Chimp Caverns. This is completely 100% all new for this version of the game. You'll, be familiar with the cave background. It's just reusing assets that are already in the game, but of course we can't kill Crusher. And yeah, the sound effects aren't quite, they don't have the fidelity that they had on the Super Nintendo, but you expect that. Now, I haven't really fully explored this level, so there'll be bonuses. Yeah, here we go. Oops. D, I, D, D, Y, Go-Go Mobile. Hooray! Oh yeah. So I played through the game up to this point a little while ago and made use of my emulator features, so I got up to 64 lives. Although I didn't die that often, so there's a bit of like little looping back things in this level that I noticed, but on the whole, it feels very authentic to, oh my gosh, to a Donkey Kong Country level experience. So the handheld team. Okay, this is the trap that I really dislike because it's really difficult to get through without getting hit. I think if you scroll just so the Necky's just on screen and then wait out, there's like more of a pause between certain something. Yeah, there's a problem with the controller, I guess, that I've had before, but I thought I fixed, where certain inputs get automatically activated when they are not supposed to, because there's like loose connections on the interior. Anyway, yeah, it looks like it's doing the same pattern. Yeah, if you're quick, you can get in there. You just have to be very careful about it. And then there's multiple of these in a row, so it's a bit rude. This is one of the things where I think the original game really doesn't have traps like this. The timing is really tight. You can tank maybe one hit through there, but then the crawling bit slows you down again. All right, so here's another new feature in the Game Boy Color version: green banana bunches. They act just like normal banana bunches. They give you 10 bananas, but they also indicate to you that nearby there's a hidden secret. There we go. In this case, I happen to know that you go directly below it, you double back, and down here, if you pound the ground with DK's hand slap, ding, a special sticker. These are another new feature in this version of the game. They've been added to all levels, and are usually indicated by that green banana bunch, and give you more of a reason to do the hand slap, really, when it doesn't have much use in the original game. There are secrets to find, but I never really found them much. That floor looked different. I wondered if I could jump onto it. I'll try slapping it as well. Yeah, no, it's just a bit of floor. Yeah, so the stickers are cool. They're part of a new feature, which is the sticker book. Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 on Game Boy Advance also had similar features, but it's not the same one that's in the later port here. Okay, so that's just a crusher there. That's telling you need a roll jump, so you do that, and then again. And that's not a bonus, that just brings you back here. Cool. Armies are around, more Neckies. Very Necky heavy level, hence the name Necky Nutmare. And it certainly is a nutmare to get through those tight passageways with the mini Neckies. Oops. So yeah, as you can see, they're recycling things from the original game, and there we go. I actually missed or did I? No, I don't think they get exclamation marks in this one. The name of the level turned red, which I think means I found all the bonuses. So yeah, that's kind of the big new feature of this game, is there's a whole additional level. So I will make a save state there. That worked, good. Just in case. And now I will backtrack because there's more to see in earlier levels, earlier worlds. What's the next thing? I've got some notes written down of what I want to show off. Okay, so we saw the complete new level, but there's a complete half level. Oh, also, here's a good new feature. A little up arrow at the start of a world. So if you enter it and you actually pick the wrong one, you can just leave again without having to visit Funky again. That's just a nice little quality of life feature. Oh, the other quality of life feature, you can save on the screen, or maybe it auto-saves or something, I forget. Anyway, Candy doesn't have the save function in this game anymore. She has a new function instead, and I'll show you that in a bit. So, Winky's Walkway. If you're very familiar with the original game, then me playing this might surprise you, but otherwise I'll explain to you what the difference is. So, in the original, this is quite a short level. It's over pretty quickly. But what they've done here is extended it quite a bit. So they've pretty much doubled the size of the level. Oh, God. In the Game Boy Color port. And I did check. I went and confirmed by playing through. The Game Boy Advance version features a straight port of the SNES version of this level. It does not have the expanded content. So this particular port right here from 2000 is the only way to experience the full Winky's Walkway that the handheld team expanded for this release. Oh wow. Hidden banana bunch you could just pop down on a walkway. It's silly. Anyway, I have to step out for 1 second. I'll be right back. Right. Sorry, thanks for bearing with me. I had a fresh loaf of bread in the oven. It's just finished cooking. Right. So, Winky's Walkway. This is about the point at the midway barrel where the original level ends. So everything after the midway barrel is new material, basically, more or less. Throughout the game... Oh, there's the midway barrel. Sorry, I misinterpreted that. As for the rest of the game, while playing through in the other versions to get to this point... Oh no, I hate these. Yeah, it's been said that the animal token bonuses in the original game really do break up the flow. You can get a few extra lives, but once you're familiar with the game, extra lives really mean nothing to you. So these are just kind of waste your time, and by getting 3 of them, you're immediately kicked into the bonus. And then when you leave the bonus, you find yourself further back in the level. So you actually lose progress by doing them. And it really breaks up that, you know, the famous flow that Donkey Kong Country has. Gibbon says she likes them. Well, to each their own. You're free to like them, that's fine. But I always shared this criticism of them, that Donkey Kong Country at high level play is good about its flow and smoothly moving through the levels and stuff. And when you have a thing that's ostensibly a reward that kind of removes you from the context of the level and kicks you out and then puts you further back, it really interrupts the progress, I think. But anyway, that's just me. Okay, so where does it put us out? Did I go through the midway again just now? Maybe. I think that's what it does. It's like either the start of the level or the halfway point. Anyway, let's get back to appreciating the work of the handheld team here. Oops. Stick us Winky, because why not? It's Winky's Walkway after all. This is the star turn for the frog. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I kind of had this thesis recently that I realized about the original Donkey Kong Country, is that the animal buddies, they're used differently to the way they're used in later games. And a big part of them is that they control differently, and sometimes they don't always control as well in certain circumstances. Like, Espresso is slippery and can't defeat enemies and can't swing on ropes. Winky is kind of slippery and can't do roll jumps and that kind of thing. So it's not always a straight upgrade. It's a lateral move occasionally. I think... Who was it on Twitter? One of the Males brothers, perhaps? Anyway, someone key involved in development of the original game saying, like, always avoid the frog. Never get the frog. Okay, so we've seen the new bit of Winky's Walkway. Yep. So that's cool. The next thing I want to show is not a new sort of level content, but a new song. All the forest tracks have a completely new song in the soundtrack. So I'll actually shut up and I'll turn the game up a bit as I go through this one. Oh god. It's like the start button is accidentally hitting L as well. and I don't actually know how to disconnect the save state function from the menu. It's annoying. Anyway, I'll turn it up. Okay. Oh, sorry. There's a preview of what's coming next. What am I doing? All right, let's start again. Oh God. Okay, let's go. Excuse you. Oop. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. Because I don't want this to keep happening. Yeah, it seems to be mostly a shoulder button problem, so hopefully that fixes it. No more quick saving and quick loading. I do have rewind and fast forward still bound though. Anyway. Seriously. I thought I despawned the rope. Anyway. That one was out in the open. Alright, we should have heard a complete loop of the song now. So I will say, I'm not sure who composed it. I think, although I'm not 100% sure on this either, but, you know, Donkey Kong Land, the first one, has a lot of new content, but shares some of the level archetypes from this game, or from, you know, the original Donkey Kong Country on the SNES. And in turn it shares, or it has sort of chiptune Game Boy demake conversions of the tunes, and I believe they're done by Graham Norgate. He definitely did the new tracks in Donkey Kong Land, and another thing I'm not sure about is whether this game reuses those Game Boy tracks from Donkey Kong Land. Maybe it spruces them up a bit, who knows. Not me, sorry. But based on the information I have, I'm gonna guess that Graham Norgate did this new track for Forest Frenzy, but I really don't know. His Donkey Kong Land soundtrack though is well worth checking out. Great soundtrack, and excellent new tracks on there too. Our friend Ape is currently working on a Game Boy Color conversion of Donkey Kong Land, adding color palette information to the level, to all the levels in the worlds. And that's something I'm definitely going to show off on the stream when he's finished with it. Okay, so that's the new soundtrack for the forest stages. Turn the game down again. What's next? I've showed off the collectibles in the levels, but what do they unlock? Well, I am not sure how to get there. I think... Oh, it did it again. No, how do I like... go? How do I leave? Do I just have to reset? Well, while I'm here, I'll show you the other thing. Candy's challenge. So she doesn't have save points in this game. Can I help you monkey boys find bonuses? And this is what happens. Is that a radiation symbol? Radioactivity? Or is it like an electrical plug? Okay. Yeah, they're really kind of brief things, but basically once in each world, you do a candies challenge, and it's like doing any other bonus room in a level. It's just this little mini challenge, and you get a banana coin out of it, which banana coins, you see them in the third game, although they're silver, and now those are bear coins. Where do you see banana coins? Banana coin. DK64 is banana. Oh, no, 2 has banana coins. Yeah, anyway, they're new for this game. I think that's just for bragging rights, basically. By doing, DKC2, thanks, Stephen. By doing one of these candies challenges in each world, you get the coin, and then by the end, you have all the coins, and that's it, I think. Yeah. So it's not too exciting, but it's a little something extra, and that's whatever weird symbol that was on the barrel, that's new, I guess. I won't spend too long showing it off, but I'll also mention that Cranky Kong has been revamped in this. Not revamped, but in the original game, Cranky's dialogue was bugged, and he had hints for all the worlds, but he only ever told you hints for the first world. And this is just a glitch in the code. And they fixed it in this version. All the dummied out messages that were written for the first game but not used, they're all here. Yeah, now it's activating the rewind function accidentally. That's amazing. I love my controllers messing up on me. Okay, so I'm here not just because Slip Slide Ride is the only ice crystal level in the game. There's an archetype that's used uniquely in this one level only, but this is also the location of a really fun Easter egg that exists in several of Rare's handheld games. So the handheld team loved putting this little thing into their games. Oh, where am I supposed to go? Down here? Yeah, okay. Wasn't sure. I have to actually remember where it is. I hope I just stumble on it, but it's a thing called the Rare Cow. You might have heard of this. It's basically a crudely drawn picture of a cow. I won't say crudely drawn. It just looks a bit odd and doesn't exactly match the style of this game, but they put it in a bunch of different games. You first see it, I believe, in Mickey's Racing Adventure, which was kind of a follow-up to Mickey's Speedway USA, which got 64 and Game Boy Color versions. So there's 2 Mickey racing games on the Game Boy Color. Where is it? Oh, I stumbled on a bonus apparently. Yeah, so you see this cow if you go to the edge of one of the boat stages in Mickey's Racing Adventure. But then it starts popping up as an Easter egg in a lot of other games. You see it in Perfect Dark as graffiti on a wall. You see it here in Slip Slide Ride. How? What? Am I supposed to use this barrel? Oh! He didn't let it go when I wanted him to. Okay. You also see it in... What have we done? That's 3 appearances. What's the other one? Conker's Pocket Tales. Yeah. That's the only other time you see the cow in real life. Moving around as an object, as a creature. Where the heck is it? I hope I haven't missed it. Is it down here? Nope, that's death. That's also death. I'll find it. I hope. So yeah, it's in the Wild West world in Pocket Tales. What's that called again? Vultureville? Oh, that's the exit. I guess I missed it. We'll do another quick run, because it's in here somewhere, and I will show you the Rare Cow. If you want to see it, though, Rare Gamer has a list of top 5 Rare Cows as one of its top 5 lists. And the 5th one, which I haven't mentioned yet, is Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge, a game I've played recently through the mobile version, but it's the Game Boy Advance version, of course, that has it. A lot of those additional details are missing from the mobile port, understandably. It's like you look down from a ledge at some point. Okay, I'll find it. Otherwise, I'll just literally load up the website and show you. There is a 6th rare cow that I found and wrote into the comments of that article. Oops. Oh gosh. If you tried to do that on Donkey Kong Land, you would die. Screen scrolling, it doesn't always keep up too well, and yeah. So yeah, the 6th one is actually in Sabrewulf GBA, and it has quite significant role in that game because it's a costume. You see it lying on the floor at first, but then you give it to somebody and they dress up as a cow. And that's how it arrives in that game. So it's I think it's the first time it's gotten like new graphics, but it's recognizably the same silly cow picture. Oh gosh, where is this stupid cow? Nuts. Nuts. We need Diddy. Ah. Maybe it's over here. I don't think you can move the camera in this game, so I'm crouching all the time for nothing. Oh, I actually saw a little graphical error down there when it scrolled the way it was not supposed to. Oh, you can use that rope to just bypass that. Huh, never mind. I'm telling you, I will find this cow if it's the last thing I do. Guess that's just a trap. Whoops. Why did I say I would show off the cow? I should have known better. That was the last we ever heard from Milo, says Gibbon. Did say if it's the last thing I do. I think that's just a weird background tile there. I don't know. Something's wrong. Alright, I'm going to the internet. Bear with me. I have the link right here in my spreadsheet. Should have practiced this, eh? Alright, here it is. raregamer.co.uk. If I go to OBS, display this, it's only going to be part of the screen. What? Oh, come on. Just drag this over. How's that? Where's OBS? There. Okay. And then this window. Alright, here it is. Number 5, Vultureville. Number 4, Perfect Dark. Number 3, Grundy's Revenge. Oh, I'll maybe zoom in on these so you can see the rare cow itself. There it is. There it is on the wall. There it is drawn in the sand. That's a bit less clear, and it's also been stretched or squashed. Oh, it's in the bonus. Oh, of course. Which was hidden once they had its respective bonus barrel. Okay, so it's in the bonus. There it is. That's what it looks like. And there it is in Mickey's Racing Adventure. And there's the comment that I put in. It's in Sabrewulf GBA as well. On the floor. And there's the guy wearing it at the wedding in the end. And he says moo. Okay, isn't that fun? The bonus. Where was the bonus? It's right at the start, isn't it? Heck, I'm gonna get it. No, wait. I didn't want to do that. I want to do this. Yes. Oh no, the midway. Duh. Okay. Where's my save state? I'm doing it. I promise. I will find this rare cow in real life. Wait, what did you say? Tell Candy she can ride my wave anytime. Gee, I wonder what he means by that. Okay, so to get this bonus barrel, all you need is to lure this guy over. I did find the other bonus. That article implies that there's only one bonus in this stage, but no, there's two. What? Oh, it is the second one. Which I did stumble on. How did I do that? Well, never mind. I showed you. I'm not doing it. Turns out it wasn't the last thing I was going to do. I showed you the Rare Gamer article. That's enough. All right. Now what I need to do is real quickly beat the game. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. I'm only a few levels away from the end. And then we'll see the unique credit sequence in this game. See all the lovely people who worked on it. But what I really like about the credit sequence is... Oh, this is not... Does this have a warp? No, this isn't the level with a warp. Never mind. What I like about the credits sequence in this game is that it has lots of nice little vignettes, set pieces represented of your travels through the game, and that's a really nice thing, I think. That was a little bit missing from, I guess, the original release. So, let's get there real quick, and it shouldn't take too long. I swear I did this off stream. I beat K-Roll, but I guess I didn't save afterwards or whatever. Yeah, this is the level with the jumping claptraps that always trip you up. They're very tricky. So, if you're an eagle-eyed expert of the original game, tell me if you notice any level design differences. There are some bits that are altered slightly. Maybe there's a fewer enemies in one bit, or things have been slightly rearranged. It's nothing too significant. For the most part, this is a really well done and faithful conversion of the game that really successfully captures the feel and the spirit of the original game despite the lower power of the hardware. So I do want to applaud the handheld team for doing it, although having said that, I always would have preferred a new game. Imagine a Donkey Kong Country 4 on the Game Boy Color, and that's where it is. That's the only way you could play it. That would be amazing. They wanted to do a 4 on the DS after doing the GBA remakes, but that got pushed back. Ugh, come on. So in the Japanese version of the original game, Diddy could not defeat Mankeys with a jump. They have unique animations for sort of shrugging off an attack from Diddy. So they're a bit like Clump. Okay, one more level and then the boss, and then we'll take on K-Rool. Yeah. Go away, army. Alright. I've actually just been watching the show recently. For the first time. The cartoon. Ugh. It's got its pros and cons, I would say. But if you go into it with an open and forgiving mind, I think it can be a lot of fun. Alright, I think this is where crushes start appearing, so we'll swap to DK. Nope, you can't swap on a moving platform, of course. Oh wait, DK can't even beat the grey crushes in this game. Oh well. Wait, what? My little chat window that I have open to Twitch chat says, "Welcome to the chat room." Did it refresh or something? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, that's right. You can see? It's useless. Nope. Yeah, there's a bit of slowdown. If there's too many things going on. Whoa, okay. Slows down quite a bit. I don't remember this. I could just pop off. Yeah, that's it. At least the lag gives you more time to prepare. Oop. Okay. Yeah, no sound effects on the idle animation. That's it. Platform perils done. Thank God I don't have to do tanked up trouble again. I hate that level. Oops, never mind. Master Necky Senior. I always remember this guy just makes me think of when I played the NES bootleg on this stream, the Panda Prince, which kind of reuses a lot of graphics from Donkey Kong Country, or I guess redraws them for the Famicom. And you're playing as a panda with a little cape and Panda Boy, his sidekick. And all the enemies from Donkey Kong Country are there, except slightly redrawn. So like the critter has a horn, Naughty has a little hat, and Master Necky the boss, there's only 3 bosses in the game, and one you have to get through the debug level select. They've been redrawn with like little moustaches and little hats and monocles or something. It's really interesting. You can check out that past stream, one of my DKC bootlegs streams. I think there might have been 2 or 3 of those. But you can also look at the graphics. They've been ripped and they're up on Sprite as a resource. Okay. Gibbon saying, weren't those super crushes in the original, in this level specifically? Yes, sorry, that is what I meant when I said that grey crushes can't be defeated by Donkey Kong in this game. I meant Donkey Kong Country 1, the game, not this port, so yeah, you're correct. Okay. And this shouldn't take too long. I've done this before. Not super often. I've probably said before that 2 and 3 were much more my thing over 1. I never owned 1 originally. I never got much of a chance to play it, but I'm still pretty familiar with it. I've caught up with it in more recent years. But yeah, 2 and 3 definitely more my favorites. But yeah, we got a bit more to show from 1. So that's the fake credits. Oh, sorry. Oh, I beat K. Rool. Hooray, we won. Isn't that great? Let's watch the credit sequence from this game. Yeah, so I was talking about the Rare Handheld team. I assume it's these people. You know, Crusher, Critter. They did all the great work here. What's the time? Yeah, I think we're making good time. The end? Well, I should hope so. What? Oh gosh, he really does sneak up on you. Okay, you can duck under these ones. It's easy to jump over the low bounces, probably. Whoop. Whoop. Maybe not. Yeah. Just gotta time it. Oops. Oh, you don't even have to duck if you're getting the spacing right. Anyway, a few more rounds and wherever. Oops. Ugh, please. Seriously? Okay, cool. Thanks, Gibbon. Ugh. Yeah. No. I'm doing this all wrong. Okay, there we go. How many was that? Okay. Oof. If you're a real pro, you can jump on his head as soon as he throws the crown. Oh, that was it. Oh, okay. That was a little shorter than I expected. Anyway, that's the game. Well done, my boy. Oh wait, am I doing the Frankie the Pitchfork voice again? Yeah, okay. Oh no, he's going too quickly. You could beat that a gang of horrid gremlins. You made an ape like me real proud. Look in your hoard. I messed it up. I think you'll be in for a surprise. I don't rightly recollect liking your type. Sorry, Gibbon. I realized after that stream I hadn't said one of my favorite lines, which is, "I don't rightly recollect liking your type." Okay, so here's the new credit sequence, which I really enjoy. They give you these little scenes from the game. And yeah, so these are the people who worked on it. There's Evelyn Fisher, of course, now Novakovic, who did soundtracks for a few games. She was doing sound effects by the time of this game. Jens Restermeyer, that's his name there. We talked about him a lot on the Diddy Kong Pilot episode because he gave a lot of background anecdotes about the development of that game. He was still on the handheld team at that point. And yeah, some of the names there that I'm sure you'll recognize. And these are the original development stuff from the SNES version now. I didn't notice a musician's name there, although maybe I wasn't looking hard enough. But yeah, still inconclusive about who wrote Forest Frenzy GBC. I will mention that in the Game Boy Advance version, Forest Frenzy is changed again, although in that case it's sort of a rearrangement of the original tune from the SNES game, just with different instruments and stuff. So it's not quite a whole new tune, but oh yeah, Michael Kelbor is there, part of the Nintendo side of things on this game, and of course moved on to Retro Studios in the new Donkey Kong games. Okay, so once I've shown this credit sequence, the only things left to do is play the mini games, which are new in this version, so that should be fun. Gibbon says, oh great, she's also got the GDQ stream up, and they're currently in between games, and they're playing a Donkey Kong Country 1 remix music track right now, as these credits play on this stream. Thanks to all the different localization wings of Europe, we're going to get even more screens to see in this sequence. Isn't that nice? Oh, I missed the German one. Was Moisey there? I should have been checking. Claude Moisey, creator of the infamous perverted Detective Kirby for the German magazine comics, of course. You'll definitely see him in the credits for Link's Awakening because he wrote the German script for that and inserted all sorts of obscenities and stuff. Not obscenities, but just weird things. Yeah. Yeah, I've actually lost Gibbon's chat on my iPad, but I'm still seeing it on my browser window. I'll just shut down that. Oh, Stampers, there they are. Can we start this again? Huh? Okay, well, hope that's working okay. Lovely. Thank you for playing Donkey Kong Country. Thank you for watching. Secrets await you on another barrel option. Okay. Oh, prepare yourself. You're not ready for this. This is the weirdest ending screen I think I've ever seen in a game. Donkey Kong kind of levering himself out through the screen of a Game Boy Color. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that until it was right up on me. Oh boy. Yep, enjoy that. It'll be haunting your nightmares for years to come. Oh, am I not able to... I think I have to reset now. I wonder if it saves your progress. Okay, I've hit restart. Let's find out. I'll just pop back into Adventure and check. Yeah, 64, so that's more than before. So I guess it has saved the fact that I got that far. Alright, let's check out... Before I do the mini games, I forgot I would have to look at the sticker book. Yeah. So this is where, when you collect those little yellow stickers in the levels, they go into your scrapbook here. And it's basically just like really crunched pixel versions of renders that you can see in much better quality elsewhere. But yeah, they're presented in this nice little sticker book. There's nice new art in the background there. DK's head. Wonderful stuff. And of course, if you had the Game Boy printer at the time, you could have hooked that up to your Game Boy Color and printed any of these out. Some of them are multi-part, so if you get all 4 of those, then you get to see that picture. That's all I have. As well as the stickers, you can go through the alphabet, which feature the characters. Press F to pay respects, of course. So this is all a lot of fun. This has all been ripped on Sprite as resource as well, if you're interested in isolating these. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I don't know if you could arrange these on a sticker and then print them or something, but you could definitely just print these out as long as you have that thermal paper that the printer uses. Oh, and there's special characters too. A with the dots, A with the acute and grave accents, the Schlosser S type thing from German, the C with the little tail from French, E with accents, I with accents, the N with the tilde from Spanish, and then the O's and the U's, and then we're back to the start. Okay. What's that option and why can't I pick it? I don't know. Right, let's do some minigames. Bonus. What have we got? View items. Oh, this will tell me how many of Candy's coins I've got. Oh no, that's Funky's fishing, is it? It's got a hook on it. Oh, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, high scores. Crosshair Cranky and Funky Fishing is what I want to show off next. So Funky Fishing appears both here and in the Game Boy Advance version, although it's a little bit different between them. It's pretty similar, but it's a little slower paced here, a bit less chaotic. On GBA, you also get a music track in the background, but here you only have the ominous ticking of the clock. But it's a very nice background with the sort of coral reefs down there, plus DK Island in the background. Yeah, Gibbon's a big fan of Funky Fishing. She likes to say that the color version is a lot better than the advanced version as far as she's concerned. I don't know if I can get on board with that. I think he's making the ooh sound when I catch an octopus because you're not supposed to. It's a bit like, oh no, he did it then. Maybe I do have to catch everything. I thought there was like a malice, an undesirable catch, like there is in the fishing minigames in Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge that I showed off significantly, thanks to Mission's 3 different versions on mobile phone, where you wanted to avoid the crabs. So let's try and fill up our combo bar. But there's different colors of fish. I think they're worth different points or something. Trying to get like 3 at once or something. Yeah. So these voice clips you're hearing, again, are taken from Donkey Kong 64, but heavily crunched. I think they took some voices from 64 as well for the Advance remakes and put them in normal gameplay. For 1 and 2 at least. Like Dixie gets some of Tiny's voice clips, or just like exclamations and stuff, which is similar to what they did for the Link to the Past remake, the Yoshi's Island remake, the Mario remakes. They all have voice clips taken from 64 games, which I believe, in my opinion, is to their detriment most of the time. Anyway, this is really slow, so I'm just going to quit. That's what Funky's Fishing is like. Oh. What? Okay, cool. More unique, I guess, to this, since it's not in the Game Boy Advance version, is Crosshair Cranky. And this is really cool because you start on the world map of the normal game, but instead of going right, you go left. And there's a whole new chain of islands to explore, although you're exploring them via the medium of a shooting gallery. So Kremlings and Kongs is the first stage. Stop the Kremlings, but don't hit your chimpy chums. Now again, if you've played Donkey Kong 64, this is kind of similar to... Oh, what? Hang on. What? Oh, this is the symbol, isn't it? What's going on? I haven't figured out the controls yet, sorry. I think it's just left and right to go clockwise and anti-clockwise. Oh, I'm out of... Yeah, okay. I've mastered it by now. Okay, so the middle icon is like, I assume you're wielding a coconut gun, and you're DK as denoted by the head icon on the left. Oh no, there's DK. Well, whatever. I don't know. Who am I? I guess I'm Cranky because it's Crosshair Cranky, right? once you shoot all 4, you have to press B to reload. And yeah, there's like little shooting gallery things in 64. They don't work exactly like this, but I guess they're a little bit similar. Yeah, you can only reload once you've hit all 4. So yeah. Press right to go clockwise, press left to go anti-clockwise, or widdershins, if you will. And you have to stop the Kremlings before they get away. Once they've jumped away, they've taken part of your banana piles here. And you have to just keep the bananas safe and not hit the chimpy chums. Done. And yeah, it keeps going until you've hit the requisite number of Kremlings. I guess chat is now keeping up, I believe. Oh, no, it's not. Ugh, stupid chat. I can still see your chat in my browser window, so I think it's fine for now. Kevin's a fan of widdershins. Nice. Barrel o' Kremlings is the next stage. I'm not actually sure how many there are, but it shouldn't take too long to go through them all, so I will. Barrel o' Kremlings. Hit the Kremlings, but miss too many, and you're out. Oh, completely new background. And the music is that new track from Forest Frenzy, or Forest, all the Forest stages, which is nice to hear again. And yeah, this time they're popping out of barrels, which is, yeah, I think even closer to a DK64 minigame. Oh, there are so many. 50. I have to hit 50 Kremlings. This is nuts. Sorry. Concentrating. Oh, what happened? I win. What? What happened to 50? Did it really go that quick? Anyway, whatever. Kremling crackdown. Stop the Kremlings from stealing any banana bunches. This again, but in a different background. One based on the jungle stages, and we can hear that famous DK Island swing. Here's some trivia for you. When David Wise was writing the track DK Island Swing to be used in jungle stages, such as Jungle Hijinks, it's actually a combination of 3 different tracks. So this first phase of the music is one song that he was working on, and then there's an interstitial part between the next phase. It goes da 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 da. And then the third part of the song is what happens after that. You know how it goes, I'm sure. It's very hard to sing music whilst other music is playing, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, basically, that's part 2. And this is part 3. No, it's not. It just repeated from the start. Never mind, part 3's been cut from this version. Or maybe this is part 1 and then... Ready? This is part 2. Either way, I forget. Ask David Wise, damn it. I am no relation, I promise. Buddies beware. Plug the holes with coconuts to help the buddies. Oh, is this Manhole? This is the Game & Watch Manhole. Yeah, it literally is. Oh, okay. So you see what happened there? Because I didn't plug that hole, Winky fell down. You can't actually stop the naughty, but yeah, you're cycling between different things. Shooting the hole with a coconut so that Winky can run across. Yeah, this is literally Game & Watch Manhole. I had no idea. I thought it was all that shooting gallery stuff. I'm very excited to discover this. I'm glad I'm showing the whole thing then. Yeah. Oh, there's Espresso. Yeah, the giant naughties, that's a thing from Donkey Kong 64. On the title screen, if you leave it, you know, characters run back and forth in the background, try to distract DK. And yeah, one of the things that they do sometimes in that game is just take one of the models of the enemies and scale it up. So I think you might even see giant naughties in gameplay. Don't remember if you do. But, oh wait, it's just very naughty, the boss. Never mind. It's not a DK64 thing. Yeah, very naughty is a boss in Donkey Kong Country. So what is that counter then? It wasn't that I had to shoot 50 Kremlings. Maybe it was tracking how many bananas I had and I couldn't run out. Oh no, that was a different one. Because this counter is going down whenever a buddy dies, but I guess it doesn't tell you how close you are to finishing. I don't know. Obviously, I've mastered the controls, but not the mechanics of how this actually works. Oh! No! Ran out of coconuts. More fool me. Oh, good call, Gibbon. Also, on this stage, you only have 2 shots, and you can reload between shot 1 and 2, so it works a little bit differently. Gibbon says, well, now I know which Game & Watch game they should adapt for the eventual Donkey Kong Anniversary Game & Watch unit, lol. Indeed. Yeah, good call. Yeah, it was kind of odd. Nuts. The number went down. Why did it do that? It's not when Winky's falling in. Yeah, I was going to say, the Zelda Game & Watch had vermin for some reason. Oh, I see. When Winky falls down, DK's face in the bottom left gets madder. So that's what's going on there. So how do I win? How do I win the game? No. Okay, hold on a second. No! Oh, I've misconstrued the reloading thing again, which, again, it's different in this version, in this stage particularly. You actually have to press it each time you reload. So I've shot 2 now. Press it once, press it twice. Anyway, not really relevant. Oh. Yeah, I still don't know how that number is going up exactly. Is it every time a buddy goes like all the way through all 3 screens? All lanes? Oh. Sorry. Okay. Gibbon says, the number has just been slowly ticking down. Well, it's too slow, because I'm already sick of this game. Sorry, yeah, I missed your other message. It just ticks down over time. Oof. Oh, no. I thought I understood something, but I don't think I did. I thought when you press B, the nut disappeared, but it doesn't. It just disappears over time. Oh, does it stay there until... Maybe that's how it works. The nut stays there until the animal runs over it, at which point you can then refill it. Oh! Let's test that. I think? Maybe? Unclear. Yep. So I can't... Yeah, I couldn't press it until that one had disappeared. Yeah, so I think that's correct. Oh, man. The things we do. Come on, why is this so slow? This requires actually a lot of quick movements. Alright, something needs to change about this. No! It jumped over. My mistake. Ah! Alright, one more time. Woof! Did it that time. Yeah, I think I know how this works. The buddy does have to go across the top, across the middle, and then across the bottom, and then you get a point. Which means you really need to be perfect the whole way through to even get a point. Okay. At the very end of this game, I finally understood it. See, Ramby's going across there. Now he comes across there. So I don't even need to worry about Espresso now. Because I've got my final point coming up. When Ramby leaves the screen there, tick. Oh my gosh, what a slog. What's next? Wanted. Hit the wanted Kremling. Misses will cost you. Ooh, we're in the cave. Okay, so that tells you which the wanted one is. Now, DK64, again, had one a little similar to this. But it was more like, hit the Kremling that pops up instead of all the Kongs. Two greens, okay. Two blues. Two reds. Oh, DK's got the angry face already. So did that carry over from the last round? That's pretty harsh. Three greens. You got to do this all in one go. That's rough. But yeah, I do like how it's like kind of a new adventure added on. Just done through the medium of... Oh! I ran out of shots. Ooh. I don't want to make DK's face any angrier than it is. Oh, that was close. Almost there. Two more. Hey. You win. Ooh, there's another, and it's on the galleon. Exciting. Galleon gunner. Just want to appreciate this world map a little bit more. New islands. Oh wow, what's this? Okay. So the cannon is lighting up to show you that K-Rool's about to shoot at you, but you can plug it up. Ah. Okay. You can plug it up with a coconut if you're quick enough. But because I lost, it kicked me back here. What does that mean? Oh, good. I get another chance. Hopefully I have a full health bar now. Yeah, there you go. DK's nice and happy again. That's good. It's weird that it doesn't refill that meter in between stages. Yeah. Candy's coins definitely have this crosshair on them. And it's a different crosshair, by the way, to the character crosshair. As seen in... Oh, is that what it's called in DKC 3? Oops. Crackshot Croc. Where does the name Crosshair come from? Was that a fan name? I've damaged one of the cannons, by the way. Oh, 3 now. Which means we're making progress. Haha, take that. Yeah, cry some more, you jerk. I win. Thank goodness. Wow, you have unlocked a new print feature. Oh, okay. Great. That's weird. Okay, print feature. Maybe it's this. Yeah, make banner. That's what that icon was. Now using all our letters... we can make a banner, I guess. Oop. Press select to go down to this menu. Enter. Oh, this button. What? Oh. Okay, so now we have like interface elements. What? Printer not connected. Okay, cool. Is that the link? What does this do? I don't know. I don't know what all this is. This is crazy. I guess consult your instruction manual. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, I guess you can print a banner. Sure. It's all moot now. Nobody has a Game Boy printer these days. Alright. Well, with that, I've shown off all the unique content that I care to in Donkey Kong Country Game Boy Color version, which means we can move on. I had more things planned for this stream, and hopefully it doesn't take too long because there's several things that I wanted to get to. Oh, that's right. I was going to show you what like the original game looked like and then compare them, but I forgot to do that. Oh, did that pick that up automatically? It's never done that before. Why is it doing it now? Anyway, this is Winky's Walkway on the SNES. Ain't that cool? Yeah. So that's what the original game looks and sounds like. Okay, we're done. Now what I want to do is show you the original game of Battletoads because we're going to be playing a port of that. But there's a couple of steps to go through first. Of course, first we'd love to hear that awesome Battletoads pause screen music because it's the peak of video game sound design. It's really actually pretty cool. So in 1991, Rare put out this game called Battletoads on the NES. It became very popular. This is pre-Donkey Kong Country, of course. Pre like their outright partnership with Nintendo for them to publish games. So this is Trade West publishing the Rare game. Rare Coin It is like, I don't know, an arm of Rare. I don't really know how it works, but this shows you like the level progression in Battletoads. We've got this cutscene. Toad runs down. This is Ragnarok. What's it called? Ragnarok's Canyon is this first stage. And yeah, so you might have seen Battletoads before, so it's not really anything special that I want to show off today. What I want to show you is how this game got remade. First of all, just 2 years later... What? Sorry, something's going weird. Yep, okay, cool. Emulator was using the wrong core or whatever. So 2 years later in 1993, Rare did Battletoads in Battlemaniacs. This is a sort of remake of the original Battletoads in the way that some games did. Oh, hang on. Just look at that wireframe thing. That's just what they did with the Donkey Kong Country logo. Well, their Rare logo in Donkey Kong Country, I should say. Yeah, the plot takes a little bit from the animated series pilot. It's not important. This is what they ended up with on the Super Nintendo. Something that is very similar in a lot of ways to the original Battletoads, but souped up with 16-bit graphics, new stuff like this skeleton enemy. Unfortunately, it actually has less content. They've cut some of the levels. But the levels that are here, if you play through or watch someone play through the whole game, you'll recognize that it's a lot of the same stuff. The Turbo Tunnel, Wookiee Hole is here in a slightly different form. The Rat Race, the Klinger Winger, and the Dark Queen fight. But they do cut a lot of stuff like the Arctic level and then a lot of other levels as well. In my recent two streams ago, I played the Battletoads GBA prototype, which is another take on some of those original NES levels. So that's interesting. But what I'm really here to show you today is not Battletoads in Battlemaniacs. I want to show you this. It's a port of Battlemaniacs to the Master System. Now, this is not an in-house Rare port this time. This one was done by Cyrox Developments, a UK-based company, and yeah, Virgin's involved in the publishing of this. Cyrox were later acquired and changed their name to Climax London, and you might know them for the Lion King game, but only on the Master System in the Game Gear. The volume's actually pretty soft for this one, so I'm going to turn it up. We'll watch the plot for this one. Yeah, Professor Bird's there, we're in Tibet. This is going really fast, but there's a new like fancy game system that puts you into virtual reality. And the pig leaps out of the screen and it grabs Michiko Toshiko, who is related to the inventor of this technology, and Zitz as well, which means there's only 2 toads to play as. They do this in a couple of the games. One of the toads gets taken out of commission. And, yes, so this version of the game for the Master System, I think it's interesting because essentially what you're doing is taking a game that was a 16-bit remake of the 8-bit original, and then you're converting that back to an 8-bit game. So it should be interesting, especially to compare this to the game that it's essentially remaking that was on similar hardware. Now, if you pick 1 player, you are always Pimple, and 2 player is always Rash. If you have the second controller connected with your inputs, you can pick Rash, but I didn't set that up beforehand, so I'm just going to stick with Pimple. It's fine. I think they play the same, they just have different animations and stuff. Difficulty changes how many continues you have access to. I'll pick easy, even though I do have a level select cheat if things go south. But I want to try and get through as much of this game as I can, because despite... oh, okay. Yeah, like I said before, Battlemaniacs on the SNES does have fewer levels in total than the NES game. They took some out. This has even fewer, I believe. In fact, some people have speculated that as it was released, it's basically unfinished. They didn't have all the time they needed to polish the game, because there's certain levels where the music is just missing, or there's graphical glitches and stuff. So look out for that as we play through this. I'm going to try and get through the whole game right now. Hopefully I can do that. I do have 5 lives there thanks to easy mode. Or was that continues? Either way. Like I said, I do have stage select. Hopefully 5 levels is enough to get me through a stage. But yeah, having seen both of the sort of predecessors to this game back to back, it is interesting seeing what's been done here. Obviously, it does actually look more detailed than the NES game, because it's trying to ape that art style of the 16-bit SNES one. So yeah, it's pretty fascinating, like going through that conversion process and ending up with something that, even on similar hardware, looks better than the original, I think, although we'll see how it progresses. Yeah, Gibbon says, oops, I've been knocked into the lava, that's not good. Gibbon says, I wish I were better at beat-em-ups, lol. Well, yeah, me too. If you've watched me play beat-em-up on this stream before, you'll know. that I'm not great at them and I wish I was better. Like, I think one of the early ones I played was Annette for Tatabi, the sequel to El Viento. But more recently I played Galaxy Deca Gaivan and couldn't get through the whole thing, so yeah. But Gibbon's saying she's trying to get into the Kunio-kun games, which of course spun off the Double Dragon series, which then crossed over with Battletoads. Indeed. Battletoads versus Double Dragon, is it versus or and? That crossover game is really interesting because it has a bunch of ports to different platforms, including Sega platforms and Nintendo platforms, handheld platforms. So yeah, that's an interesting one to look at that is also difficult to officially revisit. It's not in Rare Replay because, partially I guess because it involves someone else's IP in terms of Technos' Double Dragon series. Which was probably a bit of a barrier, but then, you know, which version do you pick? Probably the 16-bit version. I think it was on Mega Drive and SNES, maybe Amiga. I know that Battletoads the original was ported to Amiga. That has a bunch of ports. It's all over the place. And an interesting thing to watch out for with Battletoads is that a Game Boy game was released alongside the original NES game, but it's not a port. It's a new game. It's just called Battletoads, but it's got unique content. And then what they did was they later came back and released a new... now I have to run... Do I? Yeah? Yeah, they went back and released a new Game Boy game later on that was a direct port, and that's called Battletoads in Ragnarok's World. It's a little confusing, therefore. Anyway, this is our first boss. The rock pig guy. He's a bit of a pain, but if I didn't get up to it on the SNES version, but if you do see it on that one, he's a lot bigger in that version. They made him smaller in this. So yeah, you do come back straight away from a death in place, but you've lost one of your lives. Do I have to wait and then yeah, I'm not sure when he's vulnerable. He seems to be knocking me down pretty easily a lot of the time, but I can move up and down. I should be making more use of it. Oh, seriously? Go away. This guy. Run. Okay. My animation doesn't change, but I do run faster if I double tap. Ah, not so. No, stop. And when you're running and you do like a... Wait. Oh, that was it. Great. My wasplings will sort you out, ward features, because they'll be stinging and you'll be singing. That's not that menacing. This is one big tree you're facing next, Toads, about a mile down, and the exit's at the bottom. So this stage is the equivalent of Wookiee Hole from the original game. It's inside a giant hollowed out tree. You know what? I've lost so many lives. I'm going to die. Or I'll just reset, because there's a stage select cheat, which should see me through... I hope I have as many lives when I do this, but anyway. What was it again? Up, down, left, right. Okay, so you wait a second, and then up, down, left, right. Didn't work, so I'll try again. Didn't work. Hold on a sec. I'll wait for the text to come up. What is it? Up, down, left, right. You should hear a sound. That was it. Okay, that means the code worked, which means when I get to the next screen, I'll be able to pick what stage I start at. Come on. Start. Oh, there is no start button on the Master System. Hold on. I think yeah, so if I change it to easy on this, I'll still have access. Oh, hang on. I can change what the buttons are. That'll suit me much better. I've been, struggling. So, yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many levels are there? Oh, okay. That's more than I thought. I'll make a save state there. So now we can start from 2 with all our lives. So that's nice. And I can return to that save state. Oh, what? Okay. So instead of rappelling down on a rope in this game, we have this kind of hover platform. And instead of birds, there's these wasp creatures, or wasplings as the Dark Queen called them. You have a special move if you're near the wall of throwing your platform out to hit any enemies. I think you also have a dash, yeah, like that uppercut. You just got to do the right inputs, and then the toads have different moves. Hope I've showed that off reasonably well so far. You would have seen Pimple changing his arm into a sledgehammer, growing ram horns. Those are all like my special attacks if you do the right series of inputs. Like, it's usually just double tapping directions and stuff. I'm not really sure how it works, to be honest. So anyway, Gibbon was also going on a bit more about the Kunio-kun more recent games. So River City Girls is the most recent Kunio-kun game, and that's a really fun one. It's got the sort of first starring role for the heroines of the series. They've been playable before as options among the boys as well in other installments, but River City Girls is like they're focusing on them, and it's made by Way Forward, and it's just been announced that there's going to be a follow-up to it, as well as a re-release of like their playable debut game from earlier, something like that. But anyway, so Gibbon is saying, I'm hoping the extra crossover characters they're hinting at in River City Girls 2 are the toads, lol. Well, we'll see. I don't know about that, but that would be nice. So we've got cannons that are actually shooting rats at us, I think, which is a problem. And some fans that really don't look like they're on, but they're going to push you into the spikes if you're not holding in the opposite direction. Oh yeah, and in this version you can't juggle the wasps to get an extra life. I'm so sure that I'm going to win Wart Bodies. I'm so sure that I'm going to win Wart Bodies that I'll let you attempt a bonus level. She's calling us Walkway. Sorry, the punctuation was a bit off. Take a rest from the action, guys. Try out the bonus level, and if you collect enough pins, you'll win an extra life or two. Oh, okay. So they said that another studio came to them and offered their characters to use. So I'm hopeful, says Gibbon. Okay. And yeah, the toads have been known to show up in other things. Of course, Killer Instinct, that's a rare property already. So that's not so much of a stretch. But they were in Battletoads. They were in Shovel Knight on the Xbox and PC, I believe, or the Windows Store release or whatever. I don't know. Definitely in the Xbox release. With like a turbo tunnel stage and a platforming stage. So pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, that's essentially like the latest new Battletoads content of that style that we had until the new game from Delilah in 2020. Okay, so in this bonus stage, you hit the pins, and then there's sort of a gauntlet sequence. If you get hit too many times by the other little rats on the hockey pucks, you'll fail out of the bonus stage. But if you get enough pins, and you lose pins if you get hit as well, I think. But yeah, if you get to the end with enough pins, you get extra life, so that's nice. What else was I going to say? Yeah, the 3D stuff, the parallax scrolling, that's pretty nice here. Of the pins changing position as they scroll across. The background's kind of a bit static, but it's nice to see. Oop, yeah, there's the death pins. If you hit them, that's more health off you. Yeah, it's nice to see them trying out some of these 3D effects on the Master System. Oop. Bit like Space Harrier and all that. Ugh. Yeah, exactly, given since the Battletoads just got a revival. The chances are better than I thought. This is where the action gets fast and your slime backs come last, you flippin' fool. Be careful, Toads. I'm picking up images of wizened walls and rodent roadhogs in that tunnel. Yikes. Where's Princess Angelica? Whatever happened to her? She wasn't in the new Delilah game, unfortunately. So this is an instance where I was looking through and comparing the different versions, and they've actually done a really good job of replicating the graphics from the SNES version in this Master System one for the turbo tunnel sequence. And of course, well, we'll see if it's as hard as it gets on the NES. I hope it's a little bit easier, but like in Rare Replay, I do have the rewind feature. And I don't have to use stage select because I actually ended up with extra lives because of that bonus room. Nice. Oop. Oh, yeah, okay. By the way, I should tell you, I've never played Battletoads. The first Battletoads game that I ever really put time into was the Game Boy Advance prototype that I played a couple of streams back. Okay, I'll use the slow rewind now. This thing's getting more hectic. Oh, really? Okay. Just, yeah, if you move in midair as well, you get a little bit more distance on the jump. Just have to time it right, which is kind of tricky to get. Oh. Oop. I said I'd use slow rewind, but I'm too impatient for that, apparently. Actually, speaking of that revival given, I'm just trying to remember if they ever released issue 3 of the comic. There was like a comic that IDW did, and they released it for free through Comixology. And I remember reading the first 2 issues, but I don't remember reading the third one. I might have, though. What the heck? I think I need to move further back on the screen. You have to, like, just make it. And then, why does that crash? Do I... Okay. What? Why? What? Oh, I remember. I read that there's invisible obstacles in the turbo tunnel, which was kind of a hint at this game's unfinished nature for this port. All right, the bike level's over, mangrove lurkers, so I suggest you run home to that feathered freak while you still can. Looks like it's time for some skillful scaling from the Battletoads. Ooh, Gibbon's checking on it for me. Oh, Gibbon, you don't want to miss this. This is Karnath's Lair, or as it's called in Battlemaniacs, Karnath's Revenge. The redo of the snake level. Of course, Gibbon was talking about Karnath in connection to, yeah, the earlier game Karnath that Rare put out. I don't remember now exactly what it is, but I think it was referenced in Sea of Thieves or something. I don't know. But you also see Karnath as a boss in Battletoads Arcade or Super Battletoads. Karnak? Staff of Karnath is the earlier game, yes, thank you. Was that one of the Commodore 64 ones? Okay, that's an interesting little pose there. Oops. Okay, luckily I can make it back to the snake. So yeah, snake level. A lot of Battletoad stages I think I could describe as infamous, but this one was an infamous one, to be sure. Oh, that's the end. There you go. Those spikes look very NES, don't they? But yeah, on NES, the snakes look extremely goofy for the original Battletoads. They look quite a bit more realistic on Super Nintendo, but yeah, it's interesting here. They've kind of gone for that realistic look as well. Grabbed. Yes, Staff of Karnath is the first Pendragon title, says Gibbon. So these are the ones made by... not the Stampers, one of the early times that they hired extra people on to take ownership of a game series there, or to take on development of it. Yeah. And the Pendragon games are now getting referenced in Sea of Thieves, which is really cool. And by the way, Gibbon did look up the Battletoads comic and says, looks like issue 3 has yet to come out. That's unfortunate because it's been a long time. That's odd. Delays, possibly. Anyway, I'm going to say this is easier than it was on the NES, to be sure. Which is good because a lot of Battletoad stages on NES are just unfair. They're really hard. they're like really bad. Oh, cool. That I'm sure is not intended, but okay. Yeah, there we go. Issue 2 came out in December. Right. Yeah, so it's been a while. But Gibbon was about to say, the Sea of Thieves tie-in comics are also coming out at a really slow pace. Oh. I thought maybe part of it was that they're free. The Battletoads ones are free, so maybe there's less of an impetus to get them out in a timely manner. But yeah, if they're being tardy with Sea of Thieves as well. Is this an IDW problem? Was it? I think was it you who was talking about how they kind of overstretched? Oh no, that was Titan Comics, wasn't it? But I think IDW is having some of the same problems, taking on a lot of different licenses to make comics out of and overstretching themselves, and then the quality of the comics and the timeliness is suffering as a result. So yeah, it's not great. No, actually, okay, so Gibbon says, I think it's a COVID problem in this case, which is, okay, that's understandable. Yep, fair enough. I wonder if they're going to do Pirates of the Caribbean comics. We'll see. How many screens are there? I thought there were 3, but I guess there's 4. Nope. By the way, I think I read that in Battlemaniacs, once you've cleared the first stage, there's no more explicit beat-em-up stages, or like, yeah, dedicated beat-em-up stages. Gibbon says, some of this music is very similar to Super Mario Land 2. Okay. Well, I really like Super Mario Land 2. I think it's got a cool soundtrack, especially the Space World track. That's a real highlight. Owen Pallett did a version of that for one of his songs. And you can also hear it in, what was it? Sticker Star had a thing, which is a, like, mundane object that you can use as an item. And I think it was a boombox or something, and it played that track. That's like one of the few moments of pure joy I had while playing Sticker Star. Very few. Is when that track came on. Caught me by surprise. Ride my rackety roller coaster if you dare, but watch out for Fuzz, cause Fuzz can buzz. Don't let that mobile Mensa near you, Toads. Michiko and Zitz are still counting on you. So this is the equivalent of Klinger Winger. Oh, okay, so they introduced the stage that then did not happen. So this is the second bonus stage. We're going to get another chance to get extra lives. Instead of bowling pins this time, it's dominoes. Hopefully they appear at some point. There they are. Okay, it's not dominoes. In the SNES version, it's dominoes. In this one, they're reusing the bowling pins. That's fine. So yeah, we're getting more hints that this game may be released before having a final polishing stage or whatever. This game actually was scheduled for a European release as well. It even had review copies sent out to reviewers in the UK. And so you would have been able to read in magazines about the upcoming Master System port of Battlemaniacs. And then it never came out. As with many things, Tectoy in Brazil, who's the big licenser for Sega products down there, yeah, got a hold of it and released it. Because, again, Brazil remained a huge mainstay Sega market for a long time. And games that weren't released anywhere else sometimes got a Master System or whatever released there. And that's the case with this one. If it weren't for the Brazil market, we would not be able to play this version of the game at all, unless somebody leaked it years later. Which isn't out of the question. But yeah, it is completely in English, as you've been able to see, so that's not a problem for us. We don't have to do any Portuguese translation on the fly. Oh, okay, this is getting sketchy. Okay. I do only have that one health point coming into this level. We haven't had any refills. There are no refills, actually, in Battlemaniacs, I believe. Yeah, in the original game, there were like flies you could eat to refill your life. That doesn't exist in Battlemaniacs, including this 8-bit port. And as you can tell, there is also no music in this bonus stage either. Right, cool. Oh yeah, I wrote out all the levels so I'd be able to follow through. Last chance... They put these in the wrong order. She's now introducing the bonus stage. Last chance to get some lives, swamp features, because it'll soon be the end of the road for you in the Dark Tower. Watch out, there's more beastly bad ones to avoid here. Let's motivate. What? Professor T. Bird, what are you on about? I just wanted to cover, because I did write all these notes, I wrote out what levels were in the original game, and which ones are in Battlemaniacs, and then I was going to compare it to what was in this one. So Ragnarok's Canyon was the first NES stage. It had an equivalent here. So did Wookiee Hole, and so did Turbo Tunnel. They did insert the new bonus stage. We're missing Arctic Caverns and Surf City, which Surf City was another sort of auto-scroller like the Turbo Tunnel. Karnath's Lair is the Snake Pit, but then NES has 3 extra levels: Volkmeyer's Inferno, Intruder Excluder, and Terror Tubes. So those are... I think they're all platforming stages. At least Intruder Excluder is like a back and forth ascension one. Terror Tubes is a sprawling kind of back and forth. I said back and forth twice to mean different things. Yeah, a lot of pipes and swimming as well. Swimming is not featured in Battlemaniacs at all. So Klingon Gunga is a bit out of order compared to the original game. Oh, what's going on here? It caught up really quickly. How do I speed up? Oh, that's right. Okay, I know how this works. You have to hold the direction that you're traveling in, that your little, whatever this thing is. I was trying to describe it, but I don't know what this is. I don't know if I can jump either, but I think that was necessary in the original Battlemaniacs release. So this is one of the levels that's extremely difficult on NES. If you're not really precise with your inputs at a lot of these junctures, then the pursuant will eventually catch up with you, and it's really rough. It's a really demanding level. It looks like it's a little bit easier in this version, I'm going to say, like a lot of things when I'm comparing them. So really, in terms of game difficulty, if you're finding Battletoads really difficult, you can get a kind of approximation of a similar experience by playing Battlemaniacs on the Master System. There you go. You don't get that pause screen music though, unfortunately. Gibbon says, oh hey, it's the coaster. Indeed, indeed. This is a really cool kind of environment. It reminds me of Donkey Kong Country 3 with the walkways. The wooden construction. See, there we go. No sweat. Is there another one? No, that's it. We finished. Tell them to quit while they're ahead, feathery fool, because it's curtains for the frogs if they enter the Dark Tower. The Queen's Place. 2 bombs in the tower. You must defuse them all, otherwise you're history. So, like I said, this is a bit out of order. This is a kind of equivalent to the Rat Race level from the original Battletoads. Hey, I pulled off the ram horns again. Nice. Which is where you're just going back and forth down a tower and trying to get there before a rat that's following you, so you can get to the bomb first. And if you get there first, you can... Yep, there's the rat. Okay, so that's still here. And you don't want to get caught up on any platforms. But you can also, I think, distract the rat if you time an attack right. Wait, am I trying to use the bombs or not? I thought I was trying to defuse them. Did I lose? No. Okay, I'm confused. Whatever. Given says, oh, F that rat. Yeah. Again, I think it's a bit more forgiving in this version. Just, yeah, pop past when I can. Ugh, more traps. Of course. I didn't... Oh, yes. So after this level on NES, we get this climbing up the outside of a tower thing, which you see in... I think it's based on an old Spectrum game. Oh, I don't remember the name of it now, but... Okay, because the rat got there first, I lost, but now I'm here first. Okay, cool. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it. I remember Gareth Noyce referring to it in the Lumo developers commentary that I watched, but I can't remember the name of the game. But if you've played Kirby's Adventure, it's a bit like Butter Tower. A bit of like pseudo 3D scrolling as you run around the outside of it as a moving tower. I think Super Castlevania 4 has something like it too. But that's missing from this version. So now that we've done that, we're actually up to the final boss. If you want a job done properly, never trust a useless bunch of pigs and rats. Come on, toadies, let's fight. Show that Dark Queen who you are. You ain't no feeble frogs. You're the Battletoads. And that's the setup for the final boss. What's the time looking like? Yeah, actually, we're doing pretty well. Okay, cool. That'll give me enough time to briefly show off the other games, but I did want to spend most of my time here today on Donkey Kong Country and Battletoads, so that works out well. The final boss works pretty similarly to how it is in the original game, except we're inside a castle which mirrors the SNES Battlemaniacs. Again, it's kind of, in some ways, a cross between the two, this game. Is that it? Oh my gosh. Easy really is easy. What strength? But don't forget that there are many tyrants like me all over the world. That is a reference to Street Fighter 2 I read on the internet. Well done, Battletoads, the Dark Queen is destroyed. That kind of seems like placeholder text if you ask me. But yeah, I also read that easy mode doesn't change anything except the number of continues you have, so even if you're on hard, you can beat the Queen that easily, apparently. And that's the end. Converted in the UK. Oh, we do get credits, that's nice. So here's the folks who were probably worked pretty hard for this and yeah, maybe didn't deliver the product they really wanted to, but I think what they've done is pretty cool. Just 3 of them. Dominic Wood. It's scrolling back on my other screen. So Jock Green for graphics, Dominic Wood for programming, and music and sound by Chrysalis, which is a pseudonym for somebody that I don't remember. You can look it up on Moby Games if you're interested. And yeah, I only had to use the stage select once. I was so worried because Battletoads has such a reputation, but apparently the Master System version of Battlemaniacs, not too tough. Oh, I didn't mention the other thing that Cyrox had that was notable on their list of games developed was an Asteroids reboot they did on various different platforms. There's sort of 2 versions of it, which does directly tie into the previous stream where I played Vortex, one of possibly the Stampers' first game that was essentially an Asteroids clone. So Cyrox got their hands on that property officially later on. Okay, so yeah, that's Battletoads in Battlemaniacs. That was fun. What am I going to do next? What's the time? All right. Yeah, let's just go chronological. Up next, we got another couple of isometric platformers, going back to that well. So it comes up again and again in Rare's history. So what I want to do to start with is show you what the original game is that I'm playing that would then be converted into a new version. This one. Okay. Ta-da! It's Night Law, which I've talked a lot about on this stream. Very important and influential isometric platformer that broke a lot of ground and was imitated all over the place. Start game. Oh, yes. Uh-oh. Oh no, I thought I tried this. No, I didn't. I just watched a video. Yeah, I didn't set this up. What's my alternative? Never mind. I'll skip the showing you what the original game is. You'll just have to take my word. Oh, hang on a sec. Hey, that worked. Okay, sorry. My focus was on the wrong window. So this is the original Night Lord that the Stampers did for Ultimate Play the game in 1984. It's an isometric platformer, big sprawling exploration world. The buttons that I've got assigned are all over the place, so we're just going to have to deal with that. But I won't be playing this long. I mostly want to show you its port or its remake, which is quite different, interestingly. I don't know how to change direction, but I will show you. Hang on. I might have some keyboard control here. Well, it was hidden a bit by a doorway, but the big sort of gimmick feature in this game is... I think tank controls were an option on this. They were in the Commodore version of Ant Attack. Anyway, yeah, the gimmick here... Oh, great. The gimmick is that there's a day-night cycle that... when night comes, Saberman turns into a werewolf. Why can't I... Oops. P-O? Anyway, yeah, you become a werewolf. I'm not sure what impact that has on gameplay, because this is a game I'm just going to show really briefly. My main focus today was Donkey Kong and Battletoads. But it's interesting to see the changes that went through when it got a port in a different... by a different company. I don't know what the inputs are, but yeah, the werewolf looks really strange in this game is kind of my point. What else do I want to say? One of the key mechanics in this game is the ability to pick up items and put them down or move them around, jump on them. We saw this a bit in Monster Max, and I was speculating whether that was an innovation of Head Over Heels by the Drummond and Rittman. But no, it was in this very first iteration of this exploration isometric platformer style game. So good on the Stampers for that. Now, having said all that, let's play a different game. No, I'm playing the port. So what I'm going to pull up now is, I mentioned it during that Monster Max stream, but in 1986, Jaleco, who, of course, the Stampers already had a relationship with in their arcade days. Dingo was published by Jaleco, Saturn, a couple of other things. Jaleco took this and gave it to Tosei, and Tosei converted Night Lore for the Famicom Disk System. So, and what they did with it is pretty interesting. It's a really different game. It's got all new content. Instead of the world from the Spectrum game, which of course got a lot of other ports to other systems, it's instead a stage-based experience. There's 9 stages with 11 rooms each. The number of items that you're trying to collect has been expanded from 8 to 11. And the original game, with its day-night cycle, had a mechanic where you had to complete the whole thing within 40 days or you would be kaput. For this game, since I guess it's bigger, they actually changed that to 80 days. So yeah, it's a longer game. I don't know what this is, but I can't do anything until I just press start. I'll just, yeah. So hit Q to change disk, which I think is what that's telling me. I couldn't really decipher that into a recognizable word, but anyway. Here we are. Oh, this isn't the starting screen, is it? Whatever. I think it's put me somewhere else. Anyway, the point is that the stages, the rooms here in this version are newly made. So it's a whole new experience for Japanese Famicom Disk System owners. And there we are. We still have that transformation, of course. Saberman looks quite different in his human form, but the werewolf form looks pretty similar, actually. Very strange, in other words. Long feet. I don't know. But yeah, the premise of this game is Saberman has been, who we've met previously in Saber Wolf and Underworld. He's been transformed into a werewolf by the curse of the Saber Wolf. Yeah, it's isometric, so I'm really struggling with the... I have to hold my controller at a diagonal angle to get my head around this. Oops, I missed the I missed the button to jump. Yeah, it's tricky to get a hang of. I do wonder how well this did, because this kind of genre, it was so big in the UK, and I wonder if it made an impact in Japan. Oh, what? Okay, you got to really hold that directional button down to make that gap. And I want this clock. I don't know why. I don't know what it does. Oh no, that's it. You hold down the jump button for longer. Oh, so I've ended up at a different screen now. Aha, the wizard. So the wizard is... Oops. Are these teleporters? No. It's just respawned me there. I don't know. I think the wizard... We saw him on the title screen of the Spectrum version. He's going to fix the curse for you if you bring him certain items and put them in his cauldron. So yeah, I don't really know what the werewolf is. Maybe it plays into some of the mechanics, but it is definitely a way to track kind of time remaining, although we've also got our counter down there. 78 days remain, which would be quite a different Majora's Mask, wouldn't it? 78 days remain. But since days go so quickly here, I wonder if this predates Castlevania 2. What a horrible night to have a curse. Oh, gimme. Oh. Yeah, it's that angle thing throwing me off again. Hey, come back. I think I can clear some of these. Yeah, so if I go here and then this way. Jump! Whoops, wrong button. I was sliding for some reason. Yeah, one of the buttons is like to drop your current item. Tsuzukeru is continue and Owado is end. So, yeah, okay. So I've got the item and I can drop it. But what I read was that the item manipulation mechanics, or like item interaction in stages, was kind of removed from this version. So that's a mechanic from the original that's not in this port. But I guess it supplements it with different mechanics in other ways and new rooms and stuff. Of course, there's a lot of new content here, which is nice if you're a fan of the isometric platformers. Oops. I swear I changed direction to do that, but never mind. I have the clock now. I don't know why. Gibbon actually says... Yeah, this has a completely different map. Indeed. Yeah, all new game content, which is cool. And also that... she says, I'm missing that ZX palette and sound effects. Yeah, they definitely have a distinct feel that this one is quite different too, isn't it? Oh, so what happened to the clock? Has that gone back? Yeah, the clock's back. I guess you can only hold one thing at a time. Fair enough. Let's see if I can achieve anything in this game. The wizard was mentioning a crown, so I'll try and bring this over. Oh, these are like conveyor belts, but they don't communicate that. It's kind of pushing me along, see? Or like a river or something. Oh, that's tough. How are you supposed to know where you're going? Anyway, B jumps, A drops the item. I'll bring the crown over, see what he says. Okay, buddy. Got you a crown. Yep. Hello. What? Okay, I'll try putting it down in the center, where that sparkle is. Boink. So I've pressed the A button to drop it. What? What? Oh, it's killing me now. Okay. Stay away from the sparkles, I guess. So now he wants the ring. So as you can see, we're in this kind of self-contained area. There's a number of rooms here and they all have different items. We have to bring them in order to the wizard, and then we move on to the next area. Cool. So now that we've gotten a grasp of that and how the kind of basic loop of the game works, yeah, I think I'll move on, which leaves me only 5 minutes in my regular streaming time to check out the final game on our docket today. So as you can see on the right side of the screen, we've got cover art for Snake Rattle and Roll. I did mention this as well in our isometric games streams. But yeah, Snake Rattle and Roll was like a later installment in this kind of sequence, 1989. But it's a little bit fast-paced, Marble Madness inspired, I would have said at the time. You know, it's got physics and momentum and all that kind of thing. And it's very action-oriented. So your objective is to eat the nibbly pibblies, eat enough of them to expand yourself, much like the Nokia classic game Snake. Watch out for the foot. And then you have to grow large enough by the time you get to the level end to hit this weight trigger. And if you've eaten enough nibbly pibblies and gotten to a high enough weight, then it opens the door and lets you through to the next stage. There's about, I think, 10 stages and then the final boss, which is a giant version of that foot or just a different version of that foot enemy. Hey, and I've got an extra life out of it. Great. And then when you get to the end, ding, 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 then your snake boards a little UFO that's on top of the mountain. And yes, all the levels in this game take place on a mountain, and you can actually fit together all of the different levels, and they all perfectly sync together into the shape of a big mountain. It's really quite clever. But yeah, you enter a UFO, you fly off, and the game says, the snakes are off, see you again in Snakes in Space, or, you know, words to that effect. I don't remember the exact wording, but it's sort of implying or teasing that there might be a potential sequel, Snakes in Space. Well, that didn't exactly happen, but I'm here to tell you that the game got a re-release in 1993 for the Mega Drive, and I'll bring that up on the window. It'll be there in a second. Okay, just start from the start again. So Sega Mega Drive, this one was, I think, only in Europe. I don't really know who converted it, so I'll just say it was Rare. They did a couple other Mega Drive conversions, Battletoads, RC Pro-Am, and one of the other Battletoads games, I think, got Mega Drive releases, so it was uncommon, but it did happen. Oh, that might actually give us an indication of the people who worked on it. Tim and Chris are there. I don't know if they were actively involved in development at that time, though. Paul might be Paul Makachek. Who knows? The rolling pibble balls. Okay, so that's just an attract mode. I'm going to start the game. And since we've just quickly gone through the first stage of the NES game, you'll be able to compare it. And yeah, see that it's quite similar indeed. But yeah, enhanced graphics and sound and stuff as it is on the Mega Drive. Of course, yeah, when you directly compare things from NES to Mega Drive, sometimes it doesn't hold up all that well. I'm thinking like the Wily Wars releases of the Mega Man games compared to the NES originals. Sometimes they don't quite sound as good if you like those 8-bit chiptunes. But, you know, I will say, you know, higher quality samples and stuff, at least, if nothing else. But yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff for this first level, as you can see. One of the big differences will come later. There's like a level where it spells out a word. I should have looked up this up more, but it was like the geometry that you're climbing over spells out Nintendo or something, but in this version it says something else. I don't remember. The important thing that I was focusing on, but I didn't have time to really set up, was that this game has, for the most part, the same content as the NES one. Once you clear all 10 levels and the boss, you actually board that UFO, you fly off into the sky, and there's an extra level. Snakes in Space, the teased sequel, is actually fulfilled in this Mega Drive port from a few years later, which is really cool to have as an extra thing for this port. It's not the most substantial of... Oh, I've got a power-up that turned me... No, it gave me a helmet. That's cool. These little pickups extend the size of your tongue, which you use to attack enemies and also to eat the nibbly pibblies. I don't know what this one does. Oh, it increases my speed, I think? Yeah. So you want to be eating nibbly pibblies as you go on, but sometimes they give you a spawner at the end anyway to make sure you can get through the final door, especially in these early levels. So there's one there. But you might have to contend with a naughty foot as well. Okay. So yeah, it's just really nice. I wish I'd had the time to completely play through this game to get to the final stage and show you the new level, but in all honesty, the final level is a little bit underwhelming. It's just kind of a simple... You are on the moon, which is cool, but the actual gameplay mechanics of the final worlds are pretty basic. You're just making your way around a little arena to get to the top, and there's a number of those weight checkers along the way. There are a new kind of enemy, I think, there that you find that are sort of... Well, they're basically pixelated versions of the Space Invaders, the way that you sometimes see them, see pixel art rendered in voxels. Not fully 3D, but there's some depth to it. Basically, it's kind of a Space Invaders reference, but that's cute. So yeah, it's really fun how you can see this port from first impressions, and it looks really standard and basic of a port in terms of its content. But then that tease of Snakes in Space from the NES suddenly comes to fruition, and you have a whole new extra level to get to. So that's exactly the kind of thing that I wanted to show off today in the ports stream, is that sometimes these ports have all new content that's really cool. That's not exactly the case with Battlemaniacs, unfortunately. The port is in some ways a bit of a lesser product than the original, but it's still a novelty having it on that 8-bit system, which makes it in some ways comparable to the original that it was remaking. But anyway, we've gone over that. And by the way, I have played the sequel to Snake Rattle and Roll, Sneaky Snakes on the Game Boy. That was a long time ago on a stream. And I was glad to have done it. It's a 2D platformer, very unlike the Marble Madness style isometric stuff that we've got going on here. And that pickup I got actually reversed my controls, unfortunately. And there's guillotines, or guillotines. But yeah, what I was going to say was those enemies that are kind of toilet seats. They're a little strange. Num 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 num. So yeah, the title screen of this level said it's home of the Pibble Joggers, and we've seen some of those. They grow legs and they run away. There's different kinds of nibbly pibblies on each level. So I'm going to start flashing when I'm big enough to make it through that next door. But yeah, I think time's coming up. I've already been sitting at my computer desk all morning because I've been editing a podcast, which you'll be able to listen to soon on the Arcade Era Power Hour stream. Not stream, like playlist, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's a little thing that Gibbon and I did about Donkey Kong 64 with our guest Banana Meteor. So look forward to that. It'll be on my YouTube channel. Ah! Come on. Yes, made it. What? Oh, I haven't hit the weight sensor yet. Yay! Oof! What's the time? I might, because my back is really killing me thanks to so much time at the computer chair. But I will mention these cute little animations. There is a 2-player simultaneous mode, and there's a little competition aspect to it. Whoever gets the most nibbly pibblies by the end of the level gets to blow up the other player character. I believe they were called Attila and Genghis in the Sneaky Snakes game. But here I think their names are just supposed to be Rattle and Roll. But yeah, this game gets harder and harder as you go on, and that's not going to be any different in this version, I think. So if you want to see the moon stage, just like check out a long play or a speed run or whatever, and it's up there. I guess I didn't mention the Night Law Famicom box art, which makes Saberman out to be like a young boy, or he looks like it anyway. I guess it's just the anime style. He looks a bit more cutesy, but the wolf transformation, which he's looking at in his reflection in the lake, is quite cute as well. I like that. Anyway, I think I might end the stream there. Oh, here we go. There was one more note that I wanted to say as a result of a previous stream. So in the last stream I did, I played The Pit, which was that groundbreaking digger game that inspired Boulder Dash directly, that the Stampers ported to the arcades from someone else's work. I remembered that Digger T Rock exists, a rare game that actually is on Rare Replay on the NES, I believe. And the mechanics of that, oh, okay, if you hold the button down and then release, then the tongue comes out. I didn't realize that. Anyway, yeah, Digger T Rock has a lot of the mechanics from Boulder Dash, digging around rocks and then them falling down and you're collecting gems. So there is a direct, line of legacy from The Pit to later work of Rare. How intentional it is, I'm not sure, but yeah, that was interesting. Okay, so that does it for today. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, I think the takeaway from this stream is that even if there's a more famous version of a game, one you're more familiar with, one that's more popular, or one that's acknowledged to be better, then another version of it might be a completely different game. It might have extra content and might be worth looking into. It might have different aesthetics to its graphics and audio that is worth experiencing. Yeah, so thanks. That might not be the case for all things. I'm thinking of, like, you know how Viva Pinata got a PC port by Chrome Studios, I think? Or did they just do Party Animals? Anyway, not important. I think I'm thinking of Party Animals getting a PC port. But I shouldn't have gone on this digression that I was unprepared for. Bye! Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Next time, I believe I'll be playing Rare Flash games. That might be fun. Yeah, promotional games associated with proper, released games, but they are playable games in and of themselves. So look forward to that, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.